and good afternoon, and we are back on regular scheduling programming on BlackJack Sports after the tragic passing away of David Hanslick, and we are back live now on regular scheduling programming here on BlackJack Sports on this Wednesday after 3 o'clock. So let's get right back to BlackJack Sports and get right to it where we left off at. So let's now talk about we're going to talk about AP rankings and of course the Mayweather fight, and then we'll talk about the NBA trade with Isaiah Thomas to the Celtics, about the smart move about the Cavaliers of making this top NBA draft pick. But let's first talk about the AP top 25 right now, where we are for the approaching closer about a year and almost about a half a week away of the college football season, as we are looking live right now on BlackJack Sports. Here on AP Top 25 is Alabama.
Wait. Jack, let's do the top. We'll do 5 at a time so we can talk about it. Give me the top 5 and let's talk about it.
So right now, Alabama is number 1.
Okay.
And they are obviously the best team in the nation when it comes to like their best defense, especially with their quarterback, who is a veteran and is always a spread kind of offense. The next team I got is Ohio State, who is ranked number 3 in the nation.
Urban Meyer.
Who I think Urban Meyer is a great recruiter, and he can get his team on the rhythm, and especially when he spreads the offense. And then number 3, I got number 4, Florida State, who Jimbo Fisher is coming on into probably a powerhouse team in the ACC, who is recruiting very well. This team is definitely built to last, even though this team is definitely built to run for a national championship. And then
Jack.
2 more I got for you is USC. This is the first time USC has ranked in the top 5 since 2012, since the last time they were there. And of course they did it in the past year with Pete Carroll, with his recruiting kind of team. And then after that, you got Clemson, who is ranked number 5. And then of course when you lose to Deshaun Watson, of course Dabo Swinney, I think, can come up with some better quarterbacks who I think are a lot better than Deshaun Watson. When it comes to like the team, and especially when it comes to like running your passing game with the offense and trying to get your quarterback play, and that's where I want to talk about. And right now on this, where we are on BlackJack Sports, tell me, who do you think is going to be the best team to show up and probably be the best team in all of this preview of this college football season? Which team do you think is going to play well and perform well this year?
Jack, I want to ask you 2 questions. Number 1, Florida State is 3, Alabama's 1. Who is Alabama playing in their first game?
I think you just mentioned it, Florida State, because this game is actually in the brand new Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which I visited over this Monday, actually, and I can tell you it's going to be a lot more nicer and much more capacity when they fill in more people in there to watch the game. A lot better than the Georgia Dome. So I will tell you, this stadium is going to be much huger, probably as huge as a space station, I would say, especially of how they designed the stadium and how this retractable roof is like when it's been around the screen. It's going to be a fun experience to watch a football game there, especially when they square off against Florida State and Alabama. But also, there's going to be another game played there against Tennessee and Georgia Tech, who Georgia Tech has a very good, solid offense entering in that game. So that's where we are standing for this new stadium. But as far as the Florida State-Alabama game, I think for Alabama, I'm slightly predicting Alabama to win this game, although it's going to be a very close one to call.
I'm with
because
you, Jack.
Both teams are very good, and they can definitely have both of their running games right now. And I will tell you that both of these teams are combined for each point whenever they're on the offense and on defense. So this is going to be a very physical game for both teams, but I think this is going to be narrowly barely win for Alabama entering in this game.
I think you're right, Jack, and the reason is it's a must-win game for Alabama. After what happened last year, they lost a national championship game, and their fans went nuts, and everybody said Alabama's not the team we thought they were. If they lose the first game against Florida State, even as good as Florida State is, they're in trouble, and Nick Saban's going to catch a lot of flack. They have to win this game. Jack, this is my second question. Do you think Clemson fans are upset they didn't get more love than they got and they're ranked number 5 after winning the national championship and beating the team that's ranked number 1? Why are they ranked number 5 and not number 1?
Good question, Blake. The reason why they're ranked number 5 is because of the recruiting of what I think Dabo Swinney is getting, or probably because the team had to be at number 5 because they didn't get enough AP votes, or they didn't get enough ranks because of where they were the last time. I mean, the national champion who goes number 1 and then wins the national championship and then finishes at number 5 is not where you want to be, because what you're seeing here is not a lot of votes getting in for fans or even the student athletes of their university. And when it comes to that, that's where it comes down to, is where your team is finishing at in the preseason, and that's where Clemson is at right now. And I can tell you that where they are is really on the last team that has been in the situation to win the national championship and finish and start number 5 in the preseason was Auburn back in 2011. And that's where the Clemson Tigers are at right now. And Blake,
It's a good stat.
How do you feel about that?
I think that's a fantastic stat. I love that. That's a Jack stat. Jack stat. I love it. Hey, Jackson,
yeah,
real quick, let's shift to 10 to 15 in a second, or 5 to 10 in a second. I want to know your thoughts on this Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight that's going to happen. Is it this weekend or next weekend?
I believe it's this weekend. I will tell you that it's not going to be on ESPN or anything. It's probably going to be on pay-per-view.
Are you guys going to get it
out there? Are even going to watch it or even pay money to pay for this kind of stuff?
Is the Gerke household going to get it?
If people in millions of homes who even can't afford to watch this kind of stuff for this kind of fight. I mean, let's face it. I mean, ESPN doesn't even pay for this kind of stuff, for this kind of fight stuff. I mean, but they talk about the pre-fight stuff. But I mean,
they're broke.
This fight, he's going to be dominating this fight against his opponent. So I think he's going to be dominating.
Who?
From what Pacquiao, I think, right?
No. It's Mayweather and Conor McGregor. He beat
Mayweather's
Pacquiao.
Going to crush Conor McGregor, and he is going to crush him hard. That's what I think is going to happen in this fight on any given night. That's where it's
Mayweather wins.
When it happens.
Mayweather wins. Jackson, is the Gerke household going to get this fight?
Ooh. Will he have cable or anything like that, or satellite? That could be issue, because my house does have cable. It's definitely not going to work out.
So you might be going next door to watch this.
Well, I'm pretty sure my neighbors have a satellite TV in their neighborhood, but probably if they're ever into it, then I'll probably go to their house.
Hey, a lot of people would say it's not even worth watching, because just like you said, a lot of people think Mayweather's going to destroy McGregor. But Jack, let me tell you this: when the odds started for this fight, it was 25-1, meaning if you bet $1, which we don't bet on BlackJack Sports, we don't condone betting, just want to put that out there, but if you bet $1 that Conor McGregor wins, then you would win $25. Now, update, those odds have since dropped, I believe, to around 3-1. Meaning if you bet $1 on McGregor, you only win 3 now. So there's a lot of people, if McGregor wins this fight, Vegas loses a lot of money. It'll be interesting to see what happens, Jack.
It sure will be, Blake, and it's going to be it's all going to come down to like round 2 and round 3 and round 4, depending on how they really want to like punch each other and know exactly how they want to perform. And I can tell you, this fight is all going to come down to who's going to win the first one and who's going to win the final one. That's what's going to happen in this fight, and that's what we're going to be seeing in Mayweather when it comes on any given night.
The first round and the last round. You heard it first right there, BlackJack. Let me ask you this, Jack, before we go. Last thing, and we'll talk about the AP ranking next time. We'll do 5 through 10 and maybe some more. What do you think about the big trade in the NBA last night?
About Isaiah Thomas to the Celtics?
Yep. From the Celtics to the Cavs, baby.
So I will tell you about this trade. I didn't even think people really like this move, if you ask me. I mean,
who doesn't like it? The Celtics or the Cavs?
Listen. I think it's not the players, but the fans, because to me, if I see the Cavaliers trade all their different players to another team, which Kyrie Irving or Isaiah Thomas to the Celtics or to the Cavaliers or wherever he's going, we can tell you on what is going to be happening with this team if they're going to be in a young roster and because all their players are on the Cavaliers roster are not on there anymore because LeBron James is going to opt out in his contract next offseason. So if he leaves Cleveland, then that is going to be a young Cavaliers team for years to come from where they were, I say, about 5 or 6 years ago, since they were in that last position. And that's where his team is headed to once the next offseason approaches, and that's where what we're going to be seeing when this team goes forward with their future draft picks in the NBA, and that's what we're hearing right now.
Well, Jack, I'll tell you what. I'm not sure the Cavs got as good of a deal as most people think they did, but a lot of people think the Cavs got a good deal out of this. He wanted to go. Kyrie wanted to go. He went to the Celtics. It's a great fit for him, but the Celtics were a great fit for Isaiah Thomas. We'll see what happens. Only time will tell. Jack, BlackJack Sports, you heard it first right here. Good talking to you, Jack, and we will talk later.
Sounds good, Blake. See you later.